Having trouble with BFS high body count 300. BF 35 and me 29 have been in a relationship for over 2 years. He recently told me about how his body count is over 300. Not job related. He just slept around, putting it down to male hormones in his early 20s. He's also had 6 girlfriends and an ex-wife. We've gotten on so well, but this body count is a shock to the system. Maybe I'm being childish, but I'm struggling to put into words how it upsets me. My BF tells me he doesn't regret it and is proud of it. Sometimes even telling me what strange sexual acts he's done with them. Even though I tell him I don't want to hear about it. I'll admit to having a bit of low self-esteem. I see him in a bad light now, and I really would like Reddit's opinion on this. There's nothing anyone can do to decrease his 300-person history. So that's an accept it or leave it situation. What he can fucking stop right now is oversharing information you've already said you don't want. That's the part that seriously makes me doubt his character. You shouldn't have to put up with that rude, cruel bullshit. There's 2 separate issues here. 1. If you were able to get over the number, and 2. The way he's talking about it in front of you. Even if only a few times, either way after you've expressed you don't care for it. If you can't get over the number, you need to leave. And don't feel bad. It's a personal decision and feeling. And 2. The talking about it in front of you when you've said you don't like it. Totally a jerk move. And so disrespectful. If you can get over the number but he keeps crossing that other boundary, leave. And don't feel bad. Dude sounds like a jerk. Oftentimes when we're in relationships, we feel that we know them differently than others, or you only said something bad about them and that's the only side we're seeing. The reality is that outside looking in, perspective can be the most valuable. And sometimes those isolated things the outsider only knows about say so much about a person. Doesn't matter you feel he's the best man ever. He's disrespecting you by talking about it. My man has like 10 body count and I'd die if he told me about it often. LMAO, I could not do that. Totally a deal breaker. Don't be afraid to establish boundaries and leave when they're being broken over and over again. You mentioned that he tells you about sex acts and hot girls despite you telling him not to. Then he says he wants you to be jealous and possessive of him. I don't know if he's lying about it or just using his history to have a certain impact. That being, he wants to make you feel insecure and less that grateful that someone with his prowess, as he sees it, would be with you more than the number. I find that gross. He wants you jealous. Jealousy comes from insecurity. He wants to make you insecure and to lower you. So, yeah, he's gross, and so is his alleged history. His playing with you. Also, a bit odd that he had so few repeat customers out of so many women. Should he actually be proud of that? So, after 2 years of dating, he tells you he's been with over 300 women? Why is he telling you this now? What's his motivation? Why is he telling you stories? He sounds very strange. Yes, that's a deal breaker for me. Also, just the talking about different things he did with them would be a deal breaker for me. Also, making me feel bad about myself and causing me to have low self-esteem would be a deal breaker for me. He's almost for sure full of shit. Even if you assume he's been sexually active for 15 years, 18 to 33, that's an average of over 20 people a year. Unless he routinely participated in orgies, that doesn't even sound realistic. Question: do his stories even add up? Is he so good looking that women would just throw the box at him? I'll give my first few thoughts. Point 1. He is somehow entertained by how this info gets under your skin too. Maybe he wants to sabotage the relationship so he can go back on the hunt. 3. I suspect he's had sex 300 times and he's passing off each time as an individual conquest. 4. Or maybe his routine was just airtight and he really managed to hit 300 plus. The weird thing is it sounds like he's proud of himself for throwing his dick anywhere. Did you check for STD? Geez, yeah, I would find that concerning, and I'm a dude. Tears of joy. Can somebody with a body count of 300 plus calm down and settle with one person? That is the question on my mind. I doubt it. What adults even keep track of that? Doesn't tracking it end when you're like 20? Your feelings are valid. If the situation were reversed, how many guys would be fine being with a girl who's been with 300 people? Very few. That's how many. Wonder what he hopes to prove by lying like that. I guess he thought it would impress you. As a gay man, I know guys with body counts over 1,000. I am below 10. Lol. And have a pretty laissez-faire attitude. I know my man is much higher than me but nowhere near that range. I would be afraid that someone in that range would be driven by the hunt. That I wouldn't be enough long-term. Usually I'm someone who goes out of his way to say, body count doesn't matter. But holy shit, 300 plus? Put all of them into a room and they could defend Sparta from the Persians. 300 is huge. Given what you said about him being proud, it sounds like he's a womanizer or just generally views sex in a really nonchalant way. Just keep an eye on it and how he speaks about women. More important question. Did this plethora of experience work in your favor? Like, I hope he's mind-blowing with those numbers. Well damn, I hope he got a full STD tests regularly. Does he has this massive playbook full of elaborate plays? You're dating the real-life Barney Stinson after all. First of all, body count is such a gross fucking way to describe the number of past sexual partners someone has had. Second, if your boyfriend doesn't stop talking about his sexual exploits when you've explicitly said it, makes you uncomfortable, he's being a bad partner, regardless of how many people he has slept with. That's disrespectful and gross. I believe that it's important to know that just because something is socially accepted and might not cause major issues, that doesn't mean it can't cause emotional stress. Your feelings are valid no matter what other people say about if you are judgmental or making a big deal out of nothing. I never understood why people lie about body counts. Assuming that's even happening here, it's a major turnoff. Completely possible. Had a friend who worked as a club promoter in Vegas who basically fucked women as entry fee to the club. He tore through women like crazy. My real question is why have the Reddit people changed their all too familiar hysterical rant of body count doesn't matter. Leave it in the past. Quote ? I'm a good-looking guy. I'm 6 feet 3 inches with a sense of humor and a drinking problem. I've fucked everything that came my way. Big, tall, small, petite, cute, ugly, whatever. My body count is like 120. No chance this dude has 300. He's lying to you because he thinks it makes him cool. He is lying.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.